A Supreme Court ruling on a New York gun rights case could impact the ability of Californians to carry guns in public. This case centers on whether counties can require applicants to prove they have a special need for concealed carry licenses. News 8's Richard Allen breaks down both sides of the argument and San Diego's role in the trial.
Well, that's right. Along with New York, California and a handful of other states currently have similar restrictions in obtaining a concealed carry permit, or CCW. But that could change depending on the outcome of this case now before the Supreme Court.
It's very subjective. It's left up to a bureaucrat or an elected official, and it varies wildly.
Michael Schwartz is executive director of San Diego County Gun Owners PAC. He says these restrictions violate the Second Amendment right to self-defense.
We think that if you're sane, trained, law-abiding, if you go through the steps, take the class, pay the fee, fill out the application, you should be able to get a permit in order to carry a gun outside of the home so that you can defend your life.
Opponents are concerned that if the Supreme Court strikes down this New York law, state restrictions here could also be nullified through the courts.
Then absolutely you're going to see more people applying. There'll be far less restrictions. It'll be far easier to get it. And there'll be a lot more people walking around with concealed guns.
Ron Marcus is president of San Diegans for Gun Violence Prevention. He's concerned that more concealed weapons in public will lead to more violence, especially in mass settings.
And the more people that have guns in a concentrated space, the higher the probability that there will be some injuries, if not even deaths, potentially.
It's the exact opposite.
Schwartz points out that in the Supreme Court hearing earlier this month, San Diego was cited as a city where a less restrictive policy of issuing CCWs is working, when Justice Elena Kagan questioned whether these permits lead to greater violence.
I mean, most people think that Chicago is like the world's worst city with respect to gun violence.
And nobody thinks that about Phoenix, and nobody thinks that about Houston, and nobody thinks that about Dallas, and nobody thinks that about San Diego, which, even though it's in a restricted state, is a shall-issue jurisdiction.
Here in San Diego, a total of about 1,100 CCWs were issued in 2017. Today, that number's more than 5,600. Those applicants were required to demonstrate they have good cause for carrying a weapon in public, and the Sheriff's Department approved it.
San Diego's become the poster child for how CCWs are very, very safe and effective and successful.
Especially since we've been cooped up in our homes with COVID. I don't think we can really say yet with any certainty, one way or the other, what that's done to the incident of gun violence in general.
And the Supreme Court is expected to render a decision by next summer.